Hey guys, it's Ange and Lillia here. We're back to do Lilia's 13-week life update. So Lillia is 13 weeks old this week and she is weighing 7.3 kilos. Her length is 64 centimeters and her head circumference is now 41 centimeters. So she is very much growing even though she was sick last week. So like I said in her 12-week video, she did have a cold, but it actually developed into a viral infection, which actually turned out to be quite scary because I actually ended up calling the ambulance out to come and check on her, which wasn't very, nice or pleasant at all, being a mum and things like that. So what happened was on Wednesday last week, her body temperature just kept dropping dramatically. It actually got down to 35.1 at one stage, and I actually called a hotline here that we have here in Australia called 13 Health. And basically what that means is that you ring up this hotline and you actually get put through to a registered nurse, and you basically tell them the situation that you're in, and they give you the advice whether or not you need to go to hospital or what to do to help your child or yourself and things like that. So I called them on Wednesday night, explained the situation, what we were going through, and they basically said it wasn't very good. You need to go see a doctor within the next 12 hours and you need to try and get her body temperature rise, and if you can't get it to rise within an hour, you'll have to go to the hospital. So I basically did exactly what they told me to do. I put a hot water bottle underneath her, I wrapped her up with some more blankets and bedding, and I actually put a beanie on her as well. Now she got to the stage that she was still feeling really cold and she started to sweat, so she was definitely trying to fight off something that which was quite scary, but her temperature did get back up to 36.1, which 36 is a regular temperature for a baby at her age. So by that stage I was quite pleased. She basically slept on me the whole night because I was very much afraid of SIDS and things like that, because one of the main causes of SIDS is low body temperature, and I was just basically worried that something was going to happen to her like that. So I basically stayed up the whole night with her, watching her breathe and make sure she was still her temperature was still okay, things like that. Now come morning time, I actually did take her to the doctor straight away, and I didn't see my normal doctor. I saw a different doctor who I usually see, and he didn't seem that concerned with her at all. Like, he checked her temperature, it was back up at that stage to 36.1, and he said that was quite normal. He checked her chest, her ears and her throat, and he said that was all clear, but he did say her temperature does drop again. Definitely go back and come back or call the ambulance if it's after hours, because she does definitely need to get seen by somebody if her temperature does drop. Now come that afternoon, which was a Thursday afternoon, she was fine all day. She was chatty, she was making good progress with her temperature, but then come that night she got really, really icy cold again to touch, which was just really strange for myself. So I called the 13 Health line again, got their advice. They basically said I would have to go to the hospital within the next 4 hours or call the home doctor. Now the home doctor here in Queensland is a doctor services that come out through the night, which is free of charge if you're with Medicare, which is like the health fund here in Australia that we get for free. So if you've got a Medicare card, they come out free to your house and things like that, which they start at, I believe, at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's doctors that work all the way through the night until I think about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and then they restart again at 6 o'clock the next day, things like that too. So they're basically there for when the doctors are closed. So I did call them and things like that, but they did say it was going to be a wait. So that was about 9 o'clock when I called the home doctor. It got to 12 o'clock, they still hadn't come, so I called them back up and I said, is there anyone still coming? What's the time frame and things like that. They said they were actually really, really busy and it was going to be another few hours, so I actually ended up cancelling that and just called the ambulance themselves. They came out and they actually assessed Lillia, and they actually said that they did want to take her to hospital and things like that, but their beds were actually all very full. They didn't have a spot for her, so they basically just stayed with us for over an hour and a half and assessed Lillia herself. So they kept checking her temperature, they kept checking to make sure she was alert and vibrant and things like that, which she was. She was very alert and she was very vibrant. It was just that she was very pale and her body temperature just would not come up. So they basically gave her like a little bit of it was like that silvery like alfoil type blanket just put over it to try and keep her body heat temperature in, and that seemed to work a treat. That basically got her temperature to come back up, and they were quite happy. They actually stayed for us like I said, for an hour and a half, and they stayed for about 45 minutes to make sure her temperature stayed stable within that time. So that was awesome of the ambulance, and I cannot thank them enough for them to come out and see us, because it was just a they put my mind at ease, saying that yes, I did the right thing by calling them, and that they actually treated Lillia on the spot. So that was always a plus. Come Friday, her temperature did not drop again from that, so she definitely was feeling better. Ambulance people, they just said that she was just basically had a viral infection, and her body was just, that was just her way of her body trying to fight it off. So it was definitely a pleasant surprise when I saw her the next day on Friday afternoon. Her temperature didn't drop again, and she was a-okay, which was always good. And come now, she's basically all better. So she definitely gave us a scare and things like that, especially with her breathing and things like that, because I've never seen her breathing go so funny or anything like that. Now, being 13 weeks old, Lily has learned to do a couple of new different things as well. She's basically learned to grasp my hand and put it into her mouth, which is basically a milestone that she should be learning in, this week or the next couple of weeks, that she has mastered. She's also trying to roll over. Now, she hasn't successfully rolled over yet, but she is definitely trying. So the next couple of weeks, she's definitely going to get that happening. And what else have you learned to do this week, Lillia? Okay, she's definitely learned to belly giggle too. Like I've said in the last couple of videos, she has learned to giggle a little bit, and she does it every now and then, but she is definitely learning to belly giggle really much, from the belly and things like that, which is super cute. Now, as for her car rides and things like that, she's definitely made a big improvement with that. I don't know, obviously it must be just because she's getting a little bit older, but, she's lasting a lot longer before she starts to cry now. When she does hit her point and she doesn't want to do any more, she does let me know, and she cries and cries and cries until I get her out, and you cannot put her back in for at least a couple of hours. So that's a bit sucky when I have to go down to my parents' house, which is about a 45-minute drive, because she gets about 3/4 of the way down there, and then the rest of the time she's just really upset. But I guess that's a lot better than what she used to be. But in saying that, I still try and time our big long drives when she needs to have a nap, because obviously I can get about 40 minutes out of her naps of driving before she gets upset, so which is really, really a good plus as well. So I do that. Now, another thing that we're going to be doing this week is swimming lessons. We were meant to start them last week, but because she was sick, I actually cancelled them and we rescheduled them for this week. And so we're really excited to do them, and I'll let you know how they go. But I think that may be all for Lillia's 13-week life update, and I will talk to you guys next week. Okay, bye guys.